All right, so Vicky Cool here is with Chris from Fire Follows. How you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Real good, man. Hey, man, I just listened to the new song "Home" and I loved it.
Right on, man. Glad to hear that.
It was definitely a different take from the tracks I heard from you guys before. This one's more hard, and there's some rapping in there and stuff like that. Tell me about the song.
Yep. So you nailed it. It's got more of just like a really driving. Um, well, it's just more driving throughout the entire song than a lot of the other stuff. That has a lot more of the dynamic, like breakdowns in the verses and the bridges. This one is pretty much outside of like a small bridge kind of breakdown. It's pretty much just driving in your face the entire time.
Yeah, man, this one it threw me for a loop there when I first heard it. I had to double check to make sure it was you guys. I was like, man, this is where's the piano starting off or nothing like that. This is right off in your face.
I love that, dude. Yeah, we went back and forth with that intro. Um, and I almost just wanted to come right out with that big scream that hits right in the beginning that sets it into the full instrumental. And we ended up deciding to go ahead and let that kind of synth that's running the main melody carry in there. But even with that, it still comes out with that like brutal scream right out the gate and just yeah, jumps into that full orchestral whatever the hell it is, you know?
Right, right. It's totally got
Yeah.
a classic '90s new metal sound to it, man. I really dig this track.
Awesome. Glad to hear that, man.
So, are you rapping or you got somebody else doing that?
So that's Tim Junker is doing the rapping parts on there. Um, Basically the way that we broke this one down and the way that I'm sort of now that Tim's kind of more involved than he was in the past, and obviously Emily's doing the drumming, trying to get them incorporated um, more than I have been. And so the idea is kind of like Tim, Tim is, I mean, the rapping thing is definitely his deal. So on a song like that, where it's like I've got a verse piece that I really like, and then I've got this kind of pre-chorus that I didn't know what to do with. I literally just I've got the instrumental part built out, hand it over to him. He puts those badass rap parts on it that are way better than anything I'm going to throw on there. And and then we kind of ended up basically doubling up on the chorus. So he's just running like the octave down on the vocal. Um, and yeah, it's just a really cool blending between the two voices because they're obviously very different.
So tell me what this track's about. I mean, I listened to the lyrics and I have my own kind of opinion, but what's it mean coming from you?
It's kind of that how would I put it? I don't want to say it's not that like prodigal son kind of thing. It's a little bit of that, but it's like this idea that um, you've kind of whatever the pursuit is, you've sort of gone out, you've tried something, you realize that the grass isn't always greener. Yeah, it's like um, you might have gone a direction you wish you wouldn't have gone or couldn't have gone, and it's that kind of constant need to come back to a good place, like a place of safety or of just something that's better than some of the roads you might have been walking. And I know that I've done that plenty of times in my life. So, the idea like, will you bring me home, right? Bring me back to this centered place. Um, it's something like that.
Cool, man. Yeah, when I first listened to, I mean, I listened to it a few times, and I like
Yeah.
the lyrics are there and whatnot.
Yeah.
I kind of got the vibe. It was like you were fighting with a significant other, and you decided you were out, and then you realized,
Yep.
I want to go back to, you know what I mean?
100%, man. Yeah. And like everything's got, and that's what I love about the hard rock genre is that you can sort of tell a story that 20 people could listen to it and they could all come away with like a different, um, focal point of what that means. And there's absolutely elements of those like interrelational dynamics and things like that in there. So that's really cool that that's what you pulled away from it.
Yeah, man. It was like I said, I love this track. I mean, as soon as I heard
Okay,
it,
man.
went. I usually don't play it again and again. I listened to it about four
Yeah.
times in a row right when I checked it out, just because like, man, I like this song. I liked what I'm hearing here. Like, let me check this out again. So it was definitely on my playlist for quite a bit.
Hell yeah, man. I really appreciate that, man.
Now you're actually doing your thing, man. I mean, you got it down to a science. Every couple weeks, you guys are banging out another track for us, and I really dig that.
Yep. Dude, I fucking love it, man. Like, especially for the way that I'm producing these, where I'm doing most of the heavy lifting as far as like putting the songs together and I'm recording everything, and I do outsource the mixing and the mastering, but it's a lot. And trying to put EPs, albums is one thing, but even like 3 and 5 song EPs together is it's, I don't know, it just can be pretty overwhelming. So when we break this thing down into singles, dude, it like lets me get fired back up for it, because I can get up for one song. You know, it can be hard for five, but if we can bite them off like in these increments, dude, I love it. It's just perfect for me.
Oh no, I totally dig it too. And now, like you said, you totally surprised me with the level of this song. So it makes me wonder what's coming out next. You know what I mean? And you guys have so many different talents and different styles that you can go back and forth to. I'm definitely one of your followers on your site to see it. Man, I got to get that next track already. You know?
That's so cool, man. Yeah, and I'm glad to hear you say that. So the next one, not really a spoiler here, but it's a straight piano song. So it's like anything else. Like I could build it out into one of these big, you know, orchestral rock songs, but we're actually going to just keep it strictly piano, and then it'll be a lot of vocal layering. But it's cool because it's going to showcase like a completely different, just a completely different thing that you can't really draw it out when you've got a full-blown production song like this, because there's not space to have some of those 3 and 4 part harmonies. And that's what Tim and I for many years have been doing, is just really heavy vocal layering. So I'm stoked for you to hear that one, man, because I think it's very different, but I think you're gonna dig it.
Awesome, man. You know, I gotta really admire your work ethic there too. I mean, we're sitting here promoting the premiere of Home, and you're already telling me I got the other one in the bag
Yeah.
out for you, man. You know?
Yeah, it's almost there. Like all the parts are in. I just gotta tighten a few things up on it, but it's really cool, and it's a deep song. So yeah, we'll see what you think.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
And this song comes out next Friday, right? The 28th.
Yep. Week from 6 days from now, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I mean, people that are watching will be now because of.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, when it releases. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Cool.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the summer, man? I know we were talking a little bit earlier. Are you gonna do any shows or?
Yep, that's the next thing. And like I was saying right before we jumped on, like I'm just getting all the backtracks put in place right now, which is I'm actually enjoying it for the first time ever. I'm not sure why. It's usually like it's such a pain to kind of try to organize everything and get it all set, but I don't know. I think I'm just so ready to start playing that it's like I've just got this fire right now to get these things set and make sure that they're in place, because they're kind of the foundation of the songs. You know, these like these piano parts and some of these string sections. Like without them, it's just not the same. So yeah, I'll have those done in the next hopefully 3-4 days, and then we're pretty close to ready, man. I still need to bring in a lead guitarist. I got a couple guys in mind, just no one's solidified yet, but otherwise we're close, dude. So hopefully we're ready to go when the world actually opens back up. I don't want anyone waiting on us.
Well, I mean, it seems like the music industry has definitely put a fire under everyone's asses. I mean, it went from 2 weeks ago, no shows, and it was like now everyone's announcing a tour every single day. You're seeing, oh my God, look at this, look
Yep.
at that.
Yep, you're exactly right, man. And I want to make sure that we're jumping into, and not kind of. I mean, it's gonna be tough because again, like we talked about before we jumped on, like you don't know, everyone's planning stuff right now, and in 2 weeks, the rug can get pulled out from underneath that, and it could be a full blown reset. But regardless, I just want to make sure we're ready, and that we're not, like I said, I don't want people waiting on us or feeling like we're not ready to go when this thing opens back. So we'll be there. We'll be fine.
Awesome, man. I mean, it's
Yeah.
one of the biggest gambles you got to make right now. It's just like, you definitely got to just set up regardless if it happens or not. At least you have the, in your mind, you're set if it comes down to it. So,
you got it. That's exactly right, dude. Yeah.
So people that are watching this, they want to know more about the band. They want to hear this track. They want to watch the video. They want to buy it. Where do they go? What do they do for everything?
So just search Fire Follows on anything. It'll pop up. The social media that I'm most active on by far is Instagram. We've got all the other platforms, and I'll throw stuff up on there. But if you want to get in contact with us, either Instagram or YouTube. I'm on YouTube all the time too. So either one of those is good contact points. And as far as buying it, for those people that are going to buy it, just Fire Follows, iTunes. It'll be there.
Perfect, man. Like I said,
Yeah.
I track. I can't wait to see what comes next out of you. And I'm
Fuck
proud
yeah.
of you for doing your thing, man, and shining out there during these times. You know, you guys are definitely on a path to success.
Really appreciate you, bro. Thanks for saying that.
All right, man. You take care of yourself.
You too, brother. See you.
Later.
Later.